Break is around the corner with no school for a few days. How will you spend all that free time with your kiddos? If you need some exciting new ideas to change up your regular time and your routine, we've got you covered with these spring break activities here. Joining us right now is Dr. Stephanie Boyce. She's the executive director of the Fresh Classroom. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Cleo.
Of course. Okay, why is this actually, I guess it's the perfect opportunity for families to create what you call educational adventures. I like the sound of that. What's that?
Yeah, so a lot of times I think we like to separate the ideas of let's do something fun or let's do something educational. And it's to the detriment of the kiddos, right?
Yeah.
We have a perfect opportunity to combine both things and put parents in the driver's seat as the educators. For this week, they get to have their own kids at home, right?
Yes. So what should parents do, I guess, when they're trying to plan these educational adventures? I like that.
Yeah, I like to think of it like a sandwich, Cleo. All right, so I think that at the top you have this opportunity to get input. That's information in, right? So I'm taking my kiddo on a cruise. She loves Peppa Pig, so I might start out with a book like this. Peppa's Cruise Vacation, right? We're gonna start by reading a book, learning something new in theory, right? We're gonna talk about what are the different parts of a cruise ship and these types of things. But then the second part of this sandwich is that you get fully immersed in the learning experience, right? This is an awesome opportunity to make them forget they're even learning something new by way of just experiencing, having a great time together and doing something great. And the last part of that sandwich is now the information out. So that's an opportunity for your kiddo to write about something, create a blog post, a social media post where they recap what they learned, what was so important about it, the takeaways. And so I like to think of it as like a three-part sandwich with this activity that can just keep us from skipping straight to the activity and going home, but make it a learning opportunity.
You made that fun as well. Now, let's talk about the idea of world learning, real world learning as well, and engaging in that. Now, you say sometimes it can get a little sticky. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so we want to make new learning sticky for kids. So, you know, I've been an educator for a long time. And the one thing that we see about learning is sometimes kids can learn something new and then it just kind of evaporates out of their brain. It's because we haven't done what I call making it sticky. And so opportunities to go out into the real world, to learn something, not just about a math problem or equation, but now we're at the beach in the sand. Let's have an opportunity to scoop half a cup of this and half a cup of that. And if we put it into this, now the sand bucket in the sand castle is not just random sand in a bucket, but it's us actually learning or exercising these skills that we've learned in school and classrooms. In the real world, it makes it a little bit more sticky.
So I'm taking learn and have some fun with it as well, always.
Always,
for the kiddos.
as often as you can.
Yes. Now tell us more about the Fresh Classroom.
Yeah, so the Fresh Classroom, I have the privilege of traveling coast to coast, training teachers on how to become more culturally responsive to their students. How do you pique their engagement? How do you bring these real world opportunities into your classroom to connect the learning outside of the four corners of four walls of the classroom? That's how we make it sticky for kids and make them care about it so that the learning is actually internalized. I like to think of it like this. All of us usually have one thing we can reflect back to K through 12. A project we did. It was like, I have teachers, I do this all over. They're like, in second grade, I made a, you know, like we can remember those things that were sticky. And then there's these lots of other things that just kind of run through. And so we're always looking for opportunities in the Fresh Classroom to train teachers on how do we create learning experiences and not just lesson plans.
Dr. Boyce, that is awesome. Thank you so much for everything that you do in our community. And gosh, we appreciate having you here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We'll be sure to put that information online at WFAA.com.